This year is expected to be the busiest holiday travel season in at least 4 years. According to a new Bankrate survey, 77% of holiday travelers are likely to change their plans thanks to rising prices. Our next guest has some tips and tricks to help us save on travel this holiday season. We have Haley Berg, Hopper's lead economist. So Haley, let's say I'm planning a trip, Haley, for the wife, the kid, the dog. I'm thinking Thanksgiving or the holidays. When do I need to book this trip, Haley? Is this something I need to get on, ASAP?
You need to book that trip right now. We've reached the end of what we call the sweet spot for the lowest prices for holiday travel. And from here on out, prices are going to start ticking up as flights sell out. So now is the time to book for both Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's key. We often forget to book our Christmas flights until much too late. Book both holidays now. Otherwise, you're going to start missing out on deals and availability.
And Haley, hey, it's Julie here. Is that typical? Like, do we tend to see the same seasonal patterns every year, or is this year different?
This year is pretty similar to what we've seen historically. Pre-pandemic, we would typically tell travelers to book by Halloween, the end of the month. In the last couple of years, that's moved about 2 weeks earlier, so middle of October is when prices really start to creep up. But on the whole, this year prices are actually lower for domestic travel, which is great for consumers. So even if you're booking a little bit later this year than you did last year, you're going to be getting a lower price.
And Haley, when are the best days to travel? Let's say you want to travel around Thanksgiving or around the holidays. What are the best days? Do you want to travel, the day before Thanksgiving? Do you want to travel on Christmas Eve?
You want to travel on the days that no one else wants to travel. And that does mean that traveling on Christmas Eve, traveling on Thanksgiving Day, it will save you. But that's not your only option. Fly the Monday before Thanksgiving and return the Monday after Thanksgiving, for example. You'll save about 20% flying on Monday instead of one of the peak dates. And skipping that Sunday return saves you about 40%, a couple $100 off of airfare. Same for Christmas. Skip the flying out on Friday, coming back on the 26th. Try to fly earlier in the week before Christmas or on Christmas Eve. Come back on the 28th. That's the sweet spot between people headed home from Christmas and people headed out for New Year's Eve. So if you can be flexible, you'll save hundreds if you can fly on those less expensive days.
And Haley, I think overall people want to know if fares are coming down, right? We've seen such demand in general that fares have been high. Are we seeing any kind of change for that?
Absolutely. Prices are lower this year than last year for the holiday season, about $270 per ticket for Thanksgiving, about $400 per ticket for Christmas today. Those are lower, about 12 to 14% lower than last year. But on the whole, domestic travel for most of this year has been cheaper than previous years. Where we're still feeling the burn of high prices is international trips. Many people say they knew someone in Europe this summer. International travel has been back really strong, but prices remain incredibly high. The good news is those prices are coming down as well. They haven't yet crossed the threshold into lower than pre-pandemic levels, but we've seen tremendous improvement, and 2024 should be much more affordable for those international trips.
And Haley, what are the most booked destinations right now for the holidays, domestic and international? Where are people headed? I'm asking so I know where to avoid, obviously.
No surprise, the biggest destinations in the US are big cities like New York and Orlando. Orlando is very popular for those Disney trips. And internationally, we're seeing London, Tokyo, and Paris. No surprise there as well. Those are pretty popular international destinations that get a lot of love around the time of year when people have a little bit of extra time off work and school.
Thank you, Haley Berg from Hopper's lead economist there. Thank you, Haley.
Great to be with you.